Fosstube, it's Dawn with the Mindful Needle. Boy, it has been a minute, but I'm glad to be back. I've missed you guys, and I just want to welcome those who are brand new to my channel. I ask that everybody click like down below. Make sure you have subscribed and ring the bell also, because then you'll get notified when I do upload a new video, which has been a while. So if you're subscribed and have rung the bell, you're getting notification about this one. So it has been a minute, and my life kind of turned upside down a little bit. And I'm just going to give you a small life update. Back in the end of June, my job was stressing me out. When they brought me back after the pandemic shut down, they changed my job description, and I gave it a shot for 1.5 years, and it just was not working for me. So I turned in my resignation, and I have been happily self-employed now for the last few months. My husband gave me the go ahead and concentrate on the Mindful Needle. So I was busy designing and getting ready for Needlework Expo, which was this past weekend. And I decided to do this floss tube. I was going to leave my Needlework Expo booth display up and share it with all of you. So speaking of Needlework Expo, I first and foremost want to thank all the shops that came and visited me and purchased from me. Your support means a lot. And I want to thank those of you who may have gone out and placed a pre-order, because pre-orders helped. The shops knew what they needed to get, and they came and bought, and that makes me very happy. So I appreciate all the support. So before I get into my newest designs and share my booth with you, I want to share a little bit of a haul. I just have a small one. I was scrolling Instagram, and I saw an ad from Annie's, and I couldn't resist what I saw in the ad. So I went out to Annie's, and not only did I buy what I originally saw, but I got a couple of other things as well. So I have a couple projects to be working on. I ended up buying a pack of 48 of these to organize some of my cross-stitch magazines and booklets. So that's going to be a project coming soon. I also saw this, and I thought this was really cute. It's a little Lazy Susan organizer, and I thought this would be perfect to sit next to my stitching chair, and I could have scissors and pens and rulers and, you know, all kinds of little gadgets and tools and things I need right at my fingertips, but not all over the place. So hopefully I won't lose as many of them as I seem to do. As soon as I put them down, they seem to disappear. Don't know if it's me or the cats, but they disappear. So now the reason I went out to get stuff at Annie's was because I saw a needle minder that I just couldn't live without. And then I got out there and I saw another needle minder that I just couldn't live without. And I thought, okay, make a choice. Make a choice, Dawn. Oh, one of my kitties wants to come visit. Who is it? It's Buddy. Come on, Buddy. Come say hello. Now he's going to be shy. Maybe he'll come in a minute. He hears me talking and he gets jealous that I'm not talking to him. So I went out to Annie's and I wanted to get a needle minder, and then I saw another one, and then I couldn't make up my mind, so I ended up getting two. So the first one I got is Kitty in a Teacup, or a Cup of Kitty it's called, a Cup of Kitty. Of course, I love my kitties, so this one just spoke to me. I just had to have it. And then the one that caught my eye to begin with was the Budding Gnome. Come on, focus. There it goes. I just thought he was too cute. And since I couldn't decide, I ended up getting both of them. Yes, I did, Buddy. Come here, sweetie. Come here. He's right here. Oh, you might be able to see his tail. So let's get on to my newest releases. So back in March, I did the wholesale show at Nashville, the big wholesale show, and I released at that one, as I reach, Welcome Spring. This was stitched on a 28 count antique white fabric. It uses a lot of colors from Romy's Creations and a couple of DMC colors. I do give always DMC equivalents for any overdyed or specialty flosses that I use. So there's Welcome Spring, and I don't think this is going to stand back up for me. Maybe I can get it. There it goes. And the other one I released was Garden Bunny. And this one again uses fibers from Romy's Creations as well as some DMC, and as always the DMC equivalents are given. I just love him popping out of the watering can. He's so cute. So those were my spring releases. For Expo, this past weekend, I released 5 new designs. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, the link for that will be below. Follow me on Instagram. I always post sneak peeks and then full reveals of my new designs. And you can see there what I'm up to and what I'm doing. The first one I released was part of a collaboration. Cottage Garden in Australia provided the threads. They're beautiful overdyed threads, and your local needlework shop can get them from Top Knot Stitcher, and I believe you can order them also, I think, from Top Knot Stitcher. Don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure, but I know she has the threads. So she can get you in touch with somebody who can get them to you if she can't sell them directly to you. But I think that she can. So my contribution, there were 25 designers. You can, once you buy a pack of threads, you can stitch multiple designs because these are small. We had a size limit. We kept it small so that you can stitch multiple designs from one thread pack. So pick 3 or 4 of your favorite designs and get a thread pack because these colors are amazing. So mine is called Falling Leaves, and I finished it on a piece, it was an unfinished board from Joann's Park Lane, and I stained it, and then I glued my piece to it to finish it. So that's Falling Leaves, the first release for Expo. And that was done on a 28 count, I believe it was mocha, light mocha, Cashel linen. All right, my next release is the Lovebirds Mini Sampler. And this uses a variety of overdyed floss, and DMC equivalents are given. And I finished it in an old frame that I picked up, I believe the Salvation Army thrift store was where I got it. But you can frame it, you could make it into a pillow, it would be cute on a box top. Just so many options of how you could finish it. But I saw this frame and I thought it was perfect, so that's that. And this was, I think this is a 32 count. It's either 32 or 28, but I want to say it's at 32. I should have wrote all this down because I can't remember. Don't get old. That's what my grandma always said, don't get old. But I believe it's a 32 count, and it's an antique ivory. I know it's an antique ivory colored linen. All right, that's that one. Next one is the first in a new series. It's going to be called It's a Date. The first one is October 31st. There you go. Now you can kind of see the ghosty. The ghost is there. This was stitched on a, I believe it's 32 count linen from Fabrics by Stephanie, and the color is called Haunting. And I finished it into a pillow. I love the fabric I found at Joann's for this. I thought that was great. And then I just added some black lace trim around it. This little rhinestone studded spider was a charm that I found at Hobby Lobby, and I thought it would be really cute on the pillow. So this is the first in a new series. This is October 31st. I'm getting ready to start stitching December 25th next, so I'll be on the lookout for that. The Christmas design that I released at Expo is called Reindeer Dance, not Dancing Reindeer, Reindeer Dance. And this again was finished into a small pillow. I'll show you the back. Kind of hard to see, but this is a silver, really pretty silver, the snowflakes on the back. This was done on a 28 count Cashel in navy from Zweigert, and I believe I can stitch this in chalk from Weeks. But you can stitch this in B5200 from DMC. It would look just as great. It is a monochromatic design, so I also stitched it over one on a 28 count antique white linen and finished it as a little ornament. This was stitched with DMC 826. And then I finished it by making a twisted cording with DMC 826. And I have it right here. It's a Kreinik number 4 braid 094. So I twisted this with the 826 to make my trim and the hanger. I'll show you the back of the... I like the fabric on this as well, which I got at Joann's. All right, last but not least, I saved it for last because it's the biggest one. I bought an antique sampler a while back, and I wanted to recreate it, do a reproduction of it. I had never seen a sampler done in all blues. I will show you the original. I'll pull it down for a closer look. When you look at the original, it won't look like 3 blues, but when I took it out of its frame and found that it was attached to pegboard with masking tape, and I almost had a heart attack, I removed that and cleaned that all up. And when I reframed it, I did it properly so that it will last hopefully another 100 and some odd years. When I took it out of its frame and removed it from its pegboard, and turned it over, you could see the blues. And the pattern does include a photo of the reverse side as well as a closer up photo of the original. But here is the reproduction. Johanna Sternugol. It's German. I tried to do some research on her, but it was very difficult because This is not a birth year. Her age is nowhere on here. Ostern is not a city or town in Germany, which I thought it might be, but no, some of you might know, but Ostern means Easter in German. So she stitched this for Easter. I did find out that the line, that diacritical mark over the N, was a way to abbreviate things. It indicates that that letter is doubled. So the spelling of her first name contains 2 letter N's. But I loved, it had the 2 alphabets, but it had all those beautiful borders and motifs in the corners, and I just thought it was lovely. I stitched this in Silk Mori from Kreinik. Tried to match the colors as closely as possible. I had the original with me when I picked out my silks, and I stitched it on a 30 count linen from the Primitive Hair called Old Salem, which I absolutely love. Her fabrics are amazing. So that's what I stitched that on. Now, I'm going to very carefully pull down the original. Oh, and the frame for this I found at Hobby Lobby. Good thing this is light. So here is the original. There is some staining. It looks like it was originally stitched on a piece of toweling. That red is part of the fabric it was stitched on. That is not stitched. There's a little bit of, there is the one hole here, but that's pretty much the only damage to it. There are some threads that are a little loose, probably hard to see from there. But yeah, you would never know until you turn this over. It has faded so much that these that look like they're in a ecru or a creamy color, taupe or brownish, are actually a light blue, which amazed me. So this was a fun one. This was very interesting. It's always interesting to look closely and study antique samplers, and then when you start charting them, oh my goodness, it looks beautiful, and then you start counting threads and you realize, oh, she left 3 threads, or she went over 3 threads instead of 2. How am I going to chart that? So I took a little creative license and charted it as it probably should be. I did not chart her mistakes, but that meant that I had to do a little adjusting of some of the motifs here, the borders, because it's not going to line up exactly right, because she went over 3 threads or skipped a thread, and you know, so you know, I adjusted it the best I can, and I'm really happy with how the reproduction came out. But it is a beautiful old sampler, and I am looking for my next sampler. So hopefully I'll be able to find another sampler that'll be worth reproducing. Now we're going to see if I can get this straight. Nope. Ha ha ha. All right, so those are my new designs. These are older designs from last year, but I kept them on display. Some of these are bestsellers, and of course I have all my gnomes up here in the corner, one for every month of the year. That's a fun one if you want to do, maybe get some friends and do a stitch along and do one a month and then finish them. I know that for the Stitcher Soul out of Albany, New York, she has been doing a monthly stitch along using the gnomes. And you can get a full kit with the finishing materials as well as the pattern. And I believe she's including the threads and the linen and everything you need to make them. So go ahead and contact her. I'll put links to everybody I'm mentioning down below. I do want to mention that while I was at Needlework Expo, I got to meet Derek and Christian from Fortnight Fabrics. If you've not heard of them, they have beautiful fabrics that they are hand dyeing. That was their first time at Expo, and I have talked with them, and they are going to be sending me in a few weeks some samples that I get to play with and design with, and I'm real excited about that, and I can't wait to share those with you. But some needlework shops are carrying their fabric, so I will link them below as well, and you can ask your needlework shop to check them out. Definitely go out and look at their website and see what they have to offer, but they have beautiful hand-dyed modeled fabrics that are great for a lot of things. So I am now in the process of getting ready for Needlework Galleria, which is the end of, oh my gosh, it's September, so that's this month. Wow. Time just flies. If you have not gone to Needlework Galleria in St. Charles, Missouri, you are missing out. It is phenomenal. We spend the weekend. It starts Thursday evening with early bird shopping, and then there's shopping all day Friday and all day Saturday. And there are classes and round robins, and I have a piece for a round robin that I can't share with you yet, but I love it, so I can't wait to be able to show it to you, but I have to present it there first. So, it's just, there's classes, there's stitching rooms, the atmosphere, it's just so exciting and so much fun, and everybody's just so pumped up to be stitching and around stitchy people and looking at stitchy things, and there's fabric vendors and designers, and you're buying directly from the designer, you're talking directly to the designers, and it is just so much fun. So hopefully I'll be able to see some of you guys there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you about right now. But no, I think that's about it. So I hope to see you at Galleria. And I hope to be back in another week or so with another floss tube for you. It may not be quite as long as this one, but that's okay. And hopefully you had a wonderful summer, and you'll have a great fall, and we'll see you next time. Happy stitching.